Madam Deputy Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to address this House, and thank you to the honourable members who have spoken already today, whether falling foul of a wasp, speaking of working what levers to pull, which I can certainly empathise with, or sharing genuine courage, which I think we all would agree is absolutely necessary in this House. Thank you all for your words. I'd like to start by thanking my predecessor, Stephen Metcalfe. I extend to him my gratitude, not least for his gentlemanly conduct throughout his campaign. He was both gracious and dignified throughout. It is easy to therefore understand why he was, as far as a politician might reasonably expect, well liked by both MPs and constituents. As we navigate life's milestones, it's natural to become philosophical. First and foremost, I am a husband and a father, and while no professional achievement rivals the significance of personal events like childbirth, being given the tremendous opportunity to serve our country and constituents, those in need, and perhaps if we do our jobs right, those we can help avoid need altogether, does come close. Speaking of fatherhood and childbirth, I would like to draw everyone's attention to the tremendous work done by the Basildon University Hospital, a place where miracles are commonplace, the place where my children were born, the place that has nursed virtually everyone I love back to health at one time or another. To everyone who works there, I extend my heartfelt appreciation, admiration, and respect. South Basildon and East Thurrock, since its inception, as a constituency, had always voted blue, until they chose Turquoise for the first time this July. To stand here today, I had to overcome a previous winning margin of 19,922. My own winning margin was less dominant, was one of the tightest in the country with just 98 votes. A swing this large is strong testament to the importance of listening to the people who put us here. All of them. A lesson I will not forget. It goes without saying that I alone did not achieve that swing. While I would like to think my efforts, and particularly those of my mother, who marched tirelessly next to me, handing out flyers in the baking June sun, may have earned me the 100 or so votes that got me over the line, the vast majority of that shift was carried by my colleagues and fellow MPs within Reform UK. Their tireless championing of the British people is something we should strive to emulate. I'm extremely grateful to them, and as Nigel quite rightly said, this has ruined my life, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I will be eternally grateful to the good people of South Basildon and East Thurrock for sending me here. I intend to repay their trust by being open and honest, accessible and available. Never has it been more important to reconfirm that they have the right to a voice, and it is my duty to hear it and protect their right to it. Having only volunteered to stand as a parliamentary candidate on the 4th of May, and having only been invited to stand on the 4th of June, it is therefore poetic that my seat was one of the last to be called in England, having to endure 3 counts. I might add, I won all 3. South Basildon and East Thurrock is a beautiful cross-section of this country. Situated just 30 miles east along the Thames from this beautiful palace, it is an area of great natural diversity, joyfully combining the new with a rich and varied history, both rural and industrial. South Basildon and East Thurrock can boast Europe's largest Amazon centre and at the same time glorious countryside and a prime location on the Thames. Many of our quaint villages have historic significance, with Horndon on the Hill, mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086, and Fobbing, a village where one of the earliest uprisings that led to the Peasants' Revolt took place in 1381. Those uprisings marked the beginning of the end of serfdom. I am hopeful that the lessons taught to the ruling class then never need to be relearned. How appropriate it is then that I have the privilege to stand and champion the core values that so many from my home hold dear: independence, equality of opportunity, upward social mobility, courage, long-suffering, honesty, and forgiveness. I am grateful to champion these qualities not just because I believe in them, but because I have benefited from them. I was the first in my family to go to university. I have been shown forgiveness, given opportunity, climbed upwards, and as the door was opened for me, I will help hold it open for others. Now, perhaps most importantly, Thank you to the wonderful women in my life. My late grandmother, a survivor of the Blitz who dedicated her life to her family. My mother and sisters, whose strength, courage, and determination inspires me. And I've not written this, but I better mention my mother-in-law.
Very, very wavy.
To my wife, the mother of my children, who in a crowd of powerful women stands as the most glorious of all. You are my strength, my light, and I love you with all my heart.
Well done, well done.
To my father, brother, to my late grandfather, who fought for this land and spent his last years in peace in the constituency I now represent, and to the rest of my big, wonderful, eclectic family, thank you for mocking me so ruthlessly, my feet will never leave the ground. And now, if you'll all forgive me, to fulfill a dream nearly a quarter of a century in the making, I end by misquoting the immortal words of Ali G, RESPECT.